I cannot understate how well Taeyeon nailed the atmosphere of RoboCop, from the dark and gritty comic book-like enemies
What's up, metal freak? Forget where you left your car?
to the over-the-top violence and humor. This game is a gem, and for a certain slice of gamers, will be incredible. Here's what RoboCop Rogue City gets right, and why you should play it. Starting with the combat, it is absolutely hardcore. Blasting punks of Detroit feels amazing, and the controls feel responsive and accurate. And you will blast most enemies to bits with your trusty Auto 9 as you storm hideouts and alleyways in search of gangsters and scumbags. The weighty goodness of each round is like a sledgehammer, just obliterating baddies, leaving them in shambles. I mean, just the way the bullets impact and send baddies spinning, flying around like a ragdoll is glorious. Each shot is like a punch from Mike Tyson. Every slain enemy reacts in a variety of ways once done in, and I often laughed out loud at the hilarious ways they go. Damn. You can breach doors too, which sends enemies standing too close flying, causing bullet time slow motion, allowing you to shred through most goons with ease, and they really don't even have a chance to react. This never got old, man, like never, and every time I saw the breach option pop up on a door, I just got a big goofy ass smile. When in close, you can punch enemies too, and punch the shit out of them, simply folding them and grabbing them and tossing them into walls of other enemies causes them to just pop. The environment itself, though, is also a weapon, so you can shoot gas tanks and throw computer monitors and chairs into bodies as well. Like, imagine getting killed by an old CRT monitor to the dome. I mean, damn, reading that obituary would be hilarious. You can choose to rely on Robo's Old Faithful or pick up a variety of other weapons to include Uzis, Desert Eagles, sniper rifles, and grenade launchers. Mostly relied on the starting pistol with upgrades most of the time. That thing is a damn beast, and I love it. You could zoom in, which overlays the screen with the scan that boxes enemies out and shows their position, and it also highlights paraphernalia from criminal activity, which nets you additional XP to level up. Speaking of leveling up, you can upgrade weapons via the upgrade menu with different circuit boards you find laying around different levels to gain additional damage, armor-piercing rounds, reload faster, or even gain the ability to not reload at all, making the starting Auto 9 devastating to the very end. There are also points to spend in trees that increase firearm damage, reduce damage taken, increase your ability to find clues, and just so much more. RoboCop is well known for its graphic violence and over-the-top depiction of physical trauma, and in Rogue City, they doubled down on that shit. You obliterate enemies with prejudice, but never feel bad because they are some of the worst kind of scum depicted in a game. They will do everything they can to kill anyone and everyone that stands in their way, and oftentimes that includes innocent bystanders, not just the police. As an example, in the first side quest I took, there was an investigation of a murder of a night worker, and human life in this world just means nothing. Ending up a hostage too, it's just the worst. You're just as good as gone at that point. Seriously, fuck these guys. The get back is great though, as blood splashes everywhere on bullet impact, hands are blown off of the enemy's grasp at bloody stumps, and the heads get blown away to leave just a bit of spine and a shred of the lower jaw. And when I say you splatter bad guys, you literally shower chunks of brain meat and tissue onto the walls and floor. And as if that violence isn't cranked up enough at the start, some of the weapon boards let you increase your power and add new abilities, give you upgrades to increase the amount of gore displayed. Like, it just ramps it up. It's just as over the top as it gets, and the developers fully leaned into it with zero fucks given, and to great results in my opinion. For all the darkness and grit though, it's definitely not without a sense of humor. Anyone who watched the movies knows just how dark a comedy this world can be, especially those damn commercials, as the scenarios and dialogue really mimic the base material.
I always wanted to be a cop. I even applied to the academy, but it turns out that extensive criminal history and drug addiction prevent you getting in.
From homeless people's takes on life to the situations you'll see it on side quests, there is always something to laugh at while you're smashing folks' heads in.
Sorry, honey, but I don't do roleplay.
The world is ripped straight out of the movies, which in this case is as it should be and expected. There's a gritty, dirty vibe in the world and most of the zones. There are portions that are sandbox and semi-open world, where bums and street people line the graffiti spray walls and trash flies around in the wind. From abandoned buildings to alleys, warehouses, and sewers, everything looks and feels as you would expect in the dystopian future of Detroit. You can give tickets as you see fit, including finding illegally parked vehicles or ones who leak oil onto the already shit-infested streets. At the station, you can help your fellow officers too, taking on complaints from citizens and a variety of other tasks. You're almost always the talk of the room anytime you enter or exit, as commentary about you and your heroics are whispered aloud. I really enjoyed my time in the world, and it accurately reflects what I would hope to see in a first-person shooter from this universe with flying colors. There are a few noticeable quality drops here and there occasionally. The frame rate sometimes drops in really busy scenes with explosions and particle effects. When switching back and forth in cutscenes, there's a degrading effect similar to pop-in that occurs that is noticeable, and it never went away. Also, there are a lot of reskinned NPCs that are identical or slightly modified versions of others, but outside of that, there were no bugs or glitches in my roughly 12 hours of play. RoboCop Rogue City knows its audience well, and for those people, this game is an absolute home run. And I think this is a game built to win the hearts of those who love the RoboCop franchise and its dark yet humor-filled fantasy, or players who like throwbacks, and in my book, it does just that. If you like what you saw, please show me some love below by hitting all the favorable buttons, and I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Robo! Do the robot dance!
Watch and learn, young man.